Hi, ladies. Happy Thursday. Happy Friday Eve. I hope you guys are having a great week and have some fun plans for the weekend. Today, I wanted to talk about motivation. I know I want to share that one of the biggest obstacles that I hear from women is lack of motivation to being healthy and leading a fulfilling life. And so I wanted to go through some of my tips for keeping motivation and kind of explain how I kept motivation through my own body transformation and how I keep motivation today. And hopefully this will help you. So many people only get motivated when there's something to lose. So like when you've been diagnosed with a serious disease or in being told that you need to get healthy to survive, or you get divorced and realize that you finally need to start living for you and not for others, or when we have some kind of dramatic life event. It's when we don't have some kind of dramatic life event, it's hard to summon a reason why getting healthy mind and body is important. Because the bottom line is we like being comfortable. And it goes to show, I asked a question in the group yesterday about oh, no sound. Let me see here. I do not know. Speakers. Can you guys hear me now? This is a problem if you can't. Oh. Well, I hope you guys can hear me. I'm wondering if that happened for my other live video. I know I listened to it back on Tuesday, so I know you guys could hear me. So I don't know what this is about. So I'm going to keep going, and hopefully it works. And if it's not, then I guess I'll have to do this live video again. Okay, someone said they're going to try restarting their phone because I believe that my sound is going. Okay, so I'm going to back up. I was talking about motivation and how most people only get motivated when there's something to lose and when there's a dramatic life event. It's because we like being comfortable. We like our comfort zone. And I'd asked the question in the group what people do when they feel fear, if they move forward anyway, despite the fear, or if they stay stuck. And most of you said that you stay stuck. And unfortunately, that is why you're not moving forward with your goals or things that you wish for, is because you have that fear overriding you and you don't want. So one of the main things you have to be okay with is being uncomfortable when you're moving forward. Really, no growth is comfortable. It's always uncomfortable because if you're learning something new or trying something new, it's not going to be easy. I guess think of it as how you learn to drive. When you first started driving, oh good, it worked. So there is sound. So when you first started driving, you were very uncomfortable. You were freaking out. Like you could not do more than one thing at once. And if you were like me, maybe gotten some fender benders when you were in college. So it was really uncomfortable. But, as now that you've been driving for many, many years, you can do many things at once, which we probably shouldn't be doing, but you could possibly text, you could drink your latte, and you could, listen to the radio and drive to work at the same time. So you have to, when you're trying something new, you have to be prepared to be uncomfortable. But getting back to reasons for change, if we do get uncomfortable, we just find a reason to excuse it, numb out the problem, and get back to being comfortable. And I know because I did this for years, and it really shouldn't have to be that way. You might not have a dramatic reason to change right in front of you, but what about the future? And that's what you really have to get used to thinking about. What about when you want to be there to see your kids graduate from college and get married? Or when you want to chase after your grandkids with no pain, an oxygen mask, or a walker? Or by investing yourself, you build your self-confidence, get your groove back, and then you save your marriage if it was on the rocks. Or what about the idea that by investing in your self-care now, you are setting an example for your sons and daughters to do the same for their kids? So I know that it's hard to imagine things in the future, or something that's not right in front of you, but you absolutely must if you don't have a dramatic reason to change. And we really don't want to have a life-threatening reason to change. You want to change before that happens. So basically this boils down to finding your why, and that's going to be different for every person. But I think as a mom, much of our why is tied up in wanting to be a good mother. I know that's one of my biggest fears, and I know from my friends, we're always worrying about if we're a good mother. So we really have to understand that investing in ourselves is investing in our family and investing in our kids. But you could have a different why. You just have to be very clear as to what your why is. If you don't have a reason to change, you're not going to, and you're going to stay in comfort zone for the rest of your life and never achieve what you are wishing for. You're just going to stay where you're at. So having a why is the number one thing that you have to have. And then number two, you need to set a goal. So if you don't have a set goal or an outcome, getting there is very difficult. So having a general statement like, I want to eat better and lose weight, it's just way too general, and it's not going to get you anywhere. And I recently asked one of my clients what she wanted her ultimate outcome to be, and she didn't know. So not knowing where you want to go will guarantee you won't get there. You must set a goal and write it down, and it needs to be a SMART goal. So it has to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. And then once you hold that goal, you have to hold yourself accountable. If you don't hold yourself accountable, the likelihood of you attaining it lowers significantly. So you have to be You have to share others group, share it with your husband, share it with your friends, make a vision board, make a deal with someone. If you don't attain the goal, you have to pay them a certain amount of money, or this isn't my favorite thing, but I've heard it works, suffer humiliation. You have to find a reason to meet this goal, because if you don't have any reason to meet it, then you're not going to meet it. But writing it down is really one of the most important things that increases your likelihood of achieving it much, much more. So once you have this goal, that's not it. That's not a one and done thing. So when I set the goal that I wanted to change my body and find something for me that made me feel like a woman and not just a mother and a chauffeur and a slave, I had to I wrote affirmations, and I put them on index cards and put them in my purse. Because I will be completely honest, when you're making a huge change in your life, it is hard. And there are many, many times when I wanted to quit, but I had that goal. I actually even had a goal picture that I looked at frequently. Whenever I thought that I was going to quit, I just had that goal picture. I looked it up, looked at that, imagined myself getting there. And then also I looked at my affirmations. So the affirmations are going to remind you of your goal. And again, I had them in my purse. I suggest you have them somewhere very close that you can refer to them often when you get faced with adversity and obstacles, because it's a constant work. You have to constantly be reminding yourself of your why, because as I said, it's very easy to numb out your problems and go back to being comfortable. That's the easy way out. Bottom line, being comfortable is the easy way out, but getting uncomfortable can reap many, many rewards. So you have to constantly be working on that and working on your mindset. Another thing that has helped me significantly is asking for help or finding a mentor. So when I first started, I did hire a trainer. I was doing other things on my own to facilitate this transformation, and the trainer in of itself would not have gotten me through, because most trainers do not work on mindset. They do not work on changing limiting beliefs. They're just in there. They have you in the gym for that workout. That's it. And if you expect to just do that and like make that to change your life, that's not going to work either. So, but having a mentor or having someone that you can refer to that has been through your situation before is huge. So, I did seek out a trainer, but I've sought out so many mentors in my life. And frankly, every huge change I have done has been through a mentor, has been through a coach. So even at my old corporate job, I was not where I wanted to be. I knew that my team could benefit from being under different leadership. So I sought out a mentor, and I actually ended up having her take over my team or take over me. And I reported directly to her, and many good things happened for my team. When I wanted to change careers, I knew I couldn't do it by myself. I had to have someone in my corner cheering me on, and that's when I hired a career coach. So having a coach and having a mentor who's been through it before, it's like worth their weight in gold, I will have to say. And then hanging out with like-minded people. So if you have a goal that you want to get to, being around other people that, oh, my trainer was everything, 100%, would not have been able to do it. Well, that's great. Because kind of feel like it stops in the gym and don't give that extra push. And like seriously, as I have found being in this industry of health coaching and life change, mindset is 90% of it. And that's what I'm talking about here, is getting your mindset right. So hang out with other like-minded people. So no matter what your goal is, find other people who want to be at the same place you are and hang out with them. Become friends with them. Join groups like this where we're talking about bettering ourselves and always being, loving ourselves, but always trying to be a better version of ourselves. This will help you keep moving forward to that goal. And what else? Having faith. I mean, it is so important to have faith, because what you're going for is not, if you have a vision in your head, it hasn't happened yet. So it's very hard to envision that and keep moving towards it if you don't, it's not concrete. So what has been very helpful me, mindset, at least 10 minutes. I'm always looking back to my goal and thinking about it. And then when I meditation, I'll be very honest, has been very difficult for me. If you're a type A personality, it's very hard to calm your mind and just be still. So, and I always felt like I was doing it wrong. And in a way I was kind of doing it wrong until I have gotten this coaching. So, and I really believe in the law of attraction. The thoughts that you think will attract more of the same. So if you're always thinking that you're unhappy, you're always going to be unhappy. If you're always picking yourself apart and not being happy with your body, you're always going to find other things to pick yourself apart about. So it's really important. One struggle was losing my trainer. Yeah, 6 years with him. I think this is Laura probably talking about that. It is hard when you have someone. Maybe you could still stay in touch with him online, but going back to meditation, it is so important if you have a goal that you're always thinking towards the future. You're not thinking about the obstacles that are in your way presently. You're not thinking about the past, how you failed before. You must be thinking towards the future. So how do you do that if you really can't see it? Well, you have to go with the feelings. And I did a live video on Instagram about this, about it's the form It's not the form. I'm sorry. It's not the form, it's the feeling. So obviously you can't imagine yourself necessarily with this changed life, but you know how it would feel to get there. So, like satisfied, blissful, more confident. So you think about a time when you felt confident and you focus on that feeling when you're thinking about your goal. And that will help you move towards that goal. So I hope that makes sense. That has been very helpful for me, and it has paid off very much. So, um, meditation is a very, very good tool for staying motivated because it can help you center and remind you of why you're doing it. So I think that's about it that I have to talk about motivation, but you must have some motivation to change or else you're not going to do it. And I hope this helps some ladies, and let me know if you have any other questions or comments, and I will talk to you soon. Okay? All right. Bye-bye.